All right. So we have begun recording. Okay, so Antonio, seems like it's gonna be you and I, unless somebody else decides to join, all right? So we're gonna do some multiplication. Now, I haven't uploaded this yet because class tag is currently being worked on, but as soon as I'm able to, I'm gonna upload this multiplication fact sheet that you can ask your mom if she could possibly download or print out for you, okay? So let's look here at my whiteboard before we get into the pages, all right? So sit up for me. Sit up for me. Put on your listening ears. All right, so let's look up here at this top of the board. Now, with multiplication, think of it being like you're adding with groups, and each group has the same amount of stuff inside of it, okay? So let's start off with having two cookies. Do you like cookies? Yeah? All right, so we have here one, two cookies. And each cookie has two chocolate chips. Do you like chocolate chips? Okay. So up here, I put myself a little note to just remember what we're doing. So our first number is going to be the number of things in each group, okay? So how many chocolate chips are in this group?
Two,
Two. How about this group?
two,
Two. So our number in each group is what?
two,
Two. Good. So I'm going to go ahead and put down two. And this X. Do you know what that X stands for?
um, division,
Mul
multiplication,
multiplication. Good. That means you're going to multiply. So I'm going to put down my X now. 2 times. Okay, so it's going to be 2 times. And now we have our number of groups. So here's one group right here. So say one,
one,
one. Oops. And here's my second group here. So say two.
two,
So how many groups do I have?
two,
Two groups. I'm going to put down a two. And now I have my equal sign. And after our equal sign is always our answer. All right, so 2 times 2. You're probably thinking like, I don't know. Okay, well, let's skip count, okay? Remember how to skip count? Yeah, you know how to skip count. So skip count by twos with me because we have two objects in each group. So 2,
two,
2, 4.
four,
All right, so 2 times 2 is
four.
4. Very good. Looks like Emery is joining us now. Emery, can you hear me?
Oh, I know my timetable.
Okay, well,
I know.
we still have to learn it anyways, okay? I know some of you have already learned it, but not everybody has. All right, do you have your practice sheets in front of you, Emery?
Yes, ma'am.
And a pencil?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. We were just going over 2 times 2, so you can join us for the next one, all right? All right, so let's see here. Let's say this time we have, instead of two groups, let's say we have four. One, two, three, four. And we're going to do cookies again. So one, two, three, four cookies. And let's say each cookie has three chocolate chips on them. Okay? So let's do one, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. Okay. So, Emery, can you hear me? Looks like she's lost connection. All right, so Antonio, let's start off here. How many chocolate chips are in each cookie?
3.
3. So our number in each group is
3.
3. All right, so 3 times. And then how many groups do we have?
3.
How many groups? 1. Count with me. 2,
2.
3, 4.
4.
So how many groups do we have?
4.
4. Okay, so now let's skip count by, what number do you think we're going to skip count by this time? How many chocolate chips do we have in each cookie? How many
3.
chocolate chips? We have 3, so we're going to skip count by what number?
3.
All right, so let's skip count by 3, so let's do it. 3,
3.
6, 9, 12.
12.
So 3, 6, 9, 12. 3 times 4 is
18. 12.
12, Emery. 12. Thank you. Okay. Another way of thinking about this
Oh,
is
yeah,
if
that
I were to do 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 threes. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so would 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 be the exact same as 3 times 4?
12.
That didn't answer my question.
12.
That somewhat answered my question, but that's not exactly what I was asking. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. How many threes have I written down here?
4.
4. So skip count again. 3 plus 3.
6.
Okay. And then 6 plus another 3.
9.
9, you're correct. And then 9 plus another 3.
12.
12. So is 3 times 4 the same as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3?
Yes.
Okay, but which one was faster, the multiplication or the addition?
The multiplication.
Multiplication. Good. Emery, can you hear me all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Just to fill you in, Emery, this will be up later today on Class Tag. Emery, this will be up later today on Class Tag. You'll have a multiplication fact sheet that you can download and print out. I'll have that up later today, okay? All right. Let me make a little room on my board
David,
here.
I can't hear you.
Who was that?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you.
Well, turn your volume up because I'm not muted. Turn up your volume.
What?
Turn up your volume. Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Emery, can you hear me as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so everybody can hear me, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay. So let's keep going. Now, there are some things that you're going to have to answer. For example, let's say we have 3 times 1. Now, Emery, you missed this top little part right here. I have written down the number of objects in each group times the number of groups equals your answer, okay? So this first number represents what? That 3 represents what? Up here at this board, this 3 is representing what?
Each group.
Number in each group. That sign means number. So what does that 3 currently represent? The
Number in
Group.
the number in each group. And this 1 represents
number of
groups. Number of groups. Okay, so our number of groups is how many right here? Our number of groups is how many? Can you see that?
Yes.
What does it say? What is that number?
3 times 1.
I didn't ask for the math sentence, the equation. I asked for this number.
1.
1. So how many groups do we have here?
Number of groups of 1.
We have 1 group. So I'm going to put down 1 group. How many objects are in this group? How many objects?
3.
3. So let's say we have 3 chocolate chips on this cookie. Now, do we have any other groups next to it? Do we have any other groups?
No.
No, we only have 1 group of 3. Now, here's a trick to help you. Anytime you're multiplying by the number 1, it's always going to be the same answer you're multiplying. So 3 times 1 is?
1.
No.
3.
3. We have 1 group of 3. 1 group of 3. 3 times 1 equals 3. All right. Do we have any other groups next to it? Hello?
No.
No, we don't. Okay, so what if I said, give me the answer for 2 times 1?
2.
Okay, what if I had to ask you, give me the answer for 1 times 1?
1.
What about 4 times 1?
4.
I want to hear you too, Antonio. How about 5 times 1?
5.
6 times 1?
6.
7 times 1?
7.
7, good. 8 times 1?
8.
9 times 1, Antonio?
9.
Antonio?
9.
9. Anytime, anytime you're multiplying a number times 1, your answer is always going to be the other number. Even if you're adding 1,000 times 1, what's it going to be?
1,000.
1,000. Good. What if I said 500 million times 1?
500 million.
500 million. Now here's a tricky one. What if I said 0 times 1?
0. No 1.
0. And I'll tell you why.
I knew that. I had to think correct.
So let's say here we have, let's go with an example of 5 times 0. 5 times 0. So we have 0 groups of 5. There are no groups of 5. See how I wrote that down? The number in each group is 5, but how many groups are there? 0. Meaning there is nothing, nada, zip.
5.
So 5 times 0 would be
0.
0. Anytime you see 0 being multiplied, what is your answer going to be?
0.
0. Even if I had it like this, 0 times 5?
0.
0. So let's go through some drills. Let's say I have 1 times 0.
0.
0 times 1?
0.
2 times 0.
0.
0 times 2?
Oh,
0.
4.
0 times 2?
Oh, 2. 0.
0. You gotta think, Emery. 3 times 0.
0.
0 times 3?
0.
4 times 0.
0.
0 times 4?
0.
0. Now, what if I had something like 100 times 0? What's it gonna be?
0.
Or what if it was 0 times 50,000?
0.
0. Anytime you see that 0 in a multiplication, you know that answer is gonna be what?
0.
0. So, good, you've got that down. Now let's go back to ones. If I said 10 times 1, what's the answer?
10.
10. Good. What about 1 times 10?
10.
10. Still good. Okay. So let's see here. Let's do another. Let's say we have here let's say here we have 3 groups with 3 cookies with 5 chocolate chips in each cookie. What is the number in each group? The number in each is
5.
5. Okay, and then put my multiplication sign down. How many groups? What's the number of groups we have? Tell me.
3.
3.
3. Good. Now let's skip count by what number? What do you think we're going to skip count by?
5.
5. So let's skip count by 5. So 5. I want to hear you too, Emery. 5, 10, 15. So what's 5 times 3?
15.
15. Very good. Now, what if I did 5 plus 5 plus 5? 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals?
15.
15, the same amount. Now, what if I were to switch them around and say 3 times 5? That equals?
15.
15. But what if I were to say 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3? We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3s. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is what?
15.
15 still. Good. Good.
I know my time tables.
Another way of saying, oh, 5 times 3, 3 groups of 5 would be to say we have here 3 5s. Look down here at the bottom. We have 3 5s. 3 groups of 5. So 3 5s. Okay? Let's practice a little more with that. So it looks like you've got down a good bit of things, but let's keep going, all right? Let's go back to that 3 5s thing I was just talking about. 3 5s.
What 3 5?
So that's going to be how many groups? That 3 5s, how many groups? I'm basically giving you the answer here.
3.
3 groups of how many?
5.
5. 5. 3 groups of 5. 3 5s. Good morning, Brooklyn. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're currently looking at the board. We're not looking at our papers just yet, okay? All right. Now, let's say if I had, instead of 3 5s, I had 5 3s. Would it be the exact same as this right here, 3 groups of 5, or would it be something different?
3 groups of 5.
Let's help out Brooklyn because she just joined us, you two, okay? So instead of having 3 groups of 5, instead of having 3 5s, we now have 5 3s. How many groups are we going to have?
5.
5 groups. Thank you, Brooklyn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how many objects are we going to have in each group? First, we had 5 groups in each of these 3 groups. Let me backtrack. First, we had 5 objects in each of these 3 groups. Now we have 5 groups. How many objects will be in each group?
3.
3. Thank you, Brooklyn. Emery and Antonio, she just joined us. Y'all been here for quite a time now. Y'all should be coming with me. So now we have 5 3s. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do you see that now? You don't get it, Emery?
I get it, all right.
You do? Okay. You know, if you have any questions, you can always raise your hand to ask. Okay, so Brooklyn, you haven't seen this at the top yet, but Emery and Antonio have. So Emery and Antonio should definitely be able to tell me now what number is in each group. Brooklyn, you may even know as well because you've been helping me out here. What number is in each group?
5.
Look again. What number of objects is in each group?
3.
3. Put down my multiplication sign. Now, how many groups do we have?
5.
5. Now, let's skip count once again by what number are we going to skip count by?
5.
Emery and Antonio need to help out Brooklyn because she
By
just
5.
joined us.
Skip count by
How
5.
many objects are in this group?
3.
So what are we going to skip count by?
3.
We're going to skip count by 3. So let's do this. 3, count with me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Say it.
15.
Thank you. So 3 times 5 equals
15.
15. Okay, we're going to do some more practices. And Brooklyn, you missed out on this tip and trick, but I'll go ahead and fill you in on it. When you're multiplying any numbers by 0, it doesn't matter if it is 1 times 0, 0 times 2, 5 times 0, 6 times 0, or even 100 times 0, your answer will always be 0. Your answer will always be 0. So anytime you have 0 in your multiplication problem, it will always be the answer
0.
0. Okay. And another tip and trick is any time you're multiplying a number by 1, doesn't matter if it's 1 times 1, 2 times 1, 500,000 times 1, your answer will always be not 1, but your other number. 2, 3, 500,000. Okay. Now, quick pop quiz for somebody who could possibly do. Oops.
I know.
Wrote that wrong. There we go. 0 times 1. Brooklyn.
0.
Bada bing, bada boom. 0. That 0 is always going to overpower that 1, okay? So what's 0 times 1, you three?
0.
0. What about 1 times 0? 0. 0, 0, 0. That 0 is always going to overpower that 1. All right, so let's keep going. Actually, let's take a look at page 107 in your practice sheets. It should be that top page. It should be the very top page, 107. Let's start taking a look at what they have to offer. Okay, so it says, practice 1, how to multiply. Who would like to read the directions? Brooklyn, read the directions, please.
Look at the picture in the blank.
Look at the pictures, fill in the blanks. So let's look at our example. So our example, we've got some, what little animals are those?
Mice.
Some mice. We have some mice. And let's see here. I have my copy right here in front of me. So tell me, how many groups of mice do we have? How many groups do we have? Brooklyn?
6.
6. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of mice.
House in the way.
How many mice are in each group? Brooklyn?
3.
3. We have 3 groups of And we have 6 groups of 3 mice. So I'm going to put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So the first thing they're asking us is 6 threes equals blank. And then next they're asking us 6 times 3 equals blank. So to solve for the first, let's skip count by what number? Brooklyn?
3.
By 3. So let's skip count. We have 3. Say it.
3.
3, 6.
6.
What comes next? 9. What comes next? 9. Okay, let's start from the top. Y'all are relying on me to count for you too much. You have to be able to do this yourself. Starting from the top, counting by 3s. 3. Emery, are you counting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I would like to hear you. So 3,
3.
6, 9, 12. I can't hear you.
12.
12, 15, 18. So we have 6 groups of 3s. 6 3s equals how many?
It was 18.
18. 18. That answers your first little question in the example box. Next, they have us want to answer 6 times 3. Emery?
I can't hear you.
Okay, well, you might want to turn up your volume because I'm not muted. Turn up your volume. What would be 6 times 3? We know 6 3s is 18, so what would be 6 times 3?
18.
18. 18. Okay. Okay. Let's look at number 1. Now, I've done a lot of answering for you, for all 3 of you. Now, I want you to try answering for me for number 1. First, I want you to tell me how many groups do we have? Looking at your paper, how many groups do you have? Just tell me. You don't have to raise your hand.
Oh, 5.
5 groups. Antonio, are you raising your hand for something?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll put your hands down. Okay. And we have some monkeys in those groups. How many monkeys are in each group?
4.
4. We have 4 monkeys in each of those 5 groups. Right below, it asks us, what is 5 groups of 4 monkeys equals? So we're going to do what? We're going to skip
count.
Skip count by what?
4.
By 4. So skip count with me. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So 5 groups of 4 monkeys is
20.
20. 5 groups of 4 monkeys is 20. So that means 5 times 4 must equal
20.
20. I just did number 1 for y'all. So I hope you're filling out number 1 on page 107. Okay, flip over to page 108. Page 108. Antonia, read me the directions, please, at the top of the page.
Count and add to the number and animals in each group.
Then
Then
multiply.
multiply.
Okay. So count and add the number of animals in each group, then multiply. So let's look at our example before we get into our next number. So the example, what kind of animals do we have there?
We have penguin. We have,
We have penguins. So let's count. How many groups of penguins do we have? How many groups? Antonio asking, how many groups, Antonio? How many groups?
4.
4 groups. Antonio, please swallow. So we have 4 groups of penguins. How many penguins are in each group?
2.
2. There are 2 penguins in each group. 2 penguins in each group. Now, first up, they have us with 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals. So let's skip count by what number?
2.
2. So 2. Count with me. 4, 6, 8. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals
8.
8. Good. And right below, they have us doing 4 times blank equals blank. So we know we have 4 groups, but how many objects, how many penguins are in each group? Tell me.
2.
2. So 4 times 2. Let's skip count again. 2, 4, 6. Let me hear you. 6.
6.
I'm on 6.
6.
Then comes 8.
8.
So 4 times 2 equals
8.
8.
8. Thank you. Okay, let's look down over at number 2. So what kind of animals do we have in those baskets? They look to be like what? Like ducklings or chicks. Go ahead and count how many groups we have of those ducklings. Tell me.
4.
We have 4 groups. We have 4 groups. Now, how many ducklings are in each group?
10.
10. All right, let me fill out my board real quick. Oops. Okay, so we have 4 groups of 10 ducklings. So first up, they have us doing blank plus blank plus blank plus blank equals blank.
Get off because
So, how many blanks do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you listening? Okay. So we have 4 spaces. This is going to represent our 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. How many ducklings are in each group? How many ducklings are in each group? 10. Thank you. So what number do we think we're going to put on these blanks? The number 4 or the number 10? 10. So let's do 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. I hope you're filling this out as we go along. So now let's skip count by what number? 10. Antonio, please get the water bottle out of your mouth. We're having class. Thank you. So let's skip count. 10. Skip count.
10,
20.
30,
30.
40,
40. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals how much?
40.
40. Good. 40. I had to write it down here because I ran out of space. So I hope you're filling this out. Okay, next they have us wanting to fill in the next blanks. Blank times blank equals blank. So let's look up and here. What number is in each group? How many ducklings are in each group? 10. How many groups are there, Antonio?
10.
Sit up, please. How many groups are there, Antonio?
10.
How many groups? Brooklyn?
4.
4. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Brooklyn. 4. There are 4 groups of 10. So we know 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 40. So 10 times 4 must equal 40. Thank you. Okay, I hope you're filling it out.
Ten times 40.
That's not what I said. 10 times 4 equals 4, honey. Please sit up and put on your listening ears. We're going to do one more because we're running out of time, okay? We're going to do one more because we're running out of time here. So let's look at number 3 on page 108. Count to me, how many groups do we have? Once you know, go ahead and tell me the answer. What is it?
5.
5 groups. We have 5 groups. Now, how many of those little birds do we have in each group?
6.
Count again.
7.
7. Thank you. You have to count carefully sometimes, okay? So 7 in each group. Fill in my little groups. So we have 7 in each of these 5 groups. Now they want us to fill in those first set of blanks. So we have blank plus blank plus blank plus blank plus blank equals blank. So how many blanks do we have here? Count to me.
1,
1, 2,
3,
3, 4, 5,
So how many blanks do we have?
5.
5. How many groups do we have?
5.
5. So we have 5 groups, but how many objects are in each?
How many are there in each?
How many groups do we have in each? How many objects do we have in each group? We've already gone over
7.
this.
7.
7. So what number am I going to put on these 5 blanks? 7 or 5?
7.
5.
7. So we have 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals blank. So we're going to have to skip count now by what number?
7.
7. So we have 7. Say it, 7.
7.
14. 14. 21.
21.
28.
28.
35.
35.
So 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals
35.
35. Good. Now they want us to answer blank times blank equals blank. So how many objects do we have in each group? How many objects, how many birds in each group?
7.
7. What's the number of groups?
5.
5. We know 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals 35. So 7 times 5 must equal
35.
35. Okay. That is all the time we have for today. Unfortunately, because I would like to go through more with you, but oh well. So let me go ahead and stop this.